Hello, dear students. I welcome you in this beautiful class. Today, we are going to learn a very beautiful poem. Line by line explanation we will discuss, and the name of this poem is A Thing of Beauty. So, first, we will overlook about this poem. So, dear student, this is a poem, A Thing of Beauty, and it is taken from the poem titled Endymion, and that is called a poetic romance and written by the famous poet John Keats. Actually, in the real sense, the poem says that the beautiful thing is source of endless joy, and it has eternal beauty which never fades away. A beautiful thing is like a shady shelter which gives us sleep full of sweet dreams, good health, and relaxation. So actually, our attachments to the earthly things are like a flowery wreath. They are trap which bind us to the materialistic things and keep us away from eternal happiness. The earth is full of hatred, greed, negativity, and according to the poet, the gloom and sadness caused by this negativity fades away with the positive vibes of the beautiful things that surrounds us. The poet lists out some of the beautiful things that surrounds us. As the saying goes, beauty lies in the eyes of its beholder. He says that the numerous creation of God, like the sun, which gives us energy, the moon's beauty, the tree which gives us shade, or the natural beauties around us, the various animal like the sheep that surrounds us make our world lively. The pretty flowers like daffodils make the world green and lively. The flowing stream of water cool and refresh us in the hot summer season. The forests which are full of the pretty musk rose flowers are a beautiful sight to the eye. All these are the things of the beauty. Also, the stories of the brave soldiers who led their lives to protect their people are beautiful and inspiring. These beautiful things are like a fountain of immortality bestowed upon us by the God. They inspire us to live on this earth and maintain our faith in goodness. So, now this was the main essence of this poem, and now let's continue this poem. Now we will know this poem more meticulously. So, here a thing of beauty is a joy forever. Its loveliness increases. It will never pass into nothingness, but will keep a bower quiet for us and asleep, full of sweet dreams and health and quiet breathing. So here, dear student, bower a shady place under the tree, as we discussed earlier also. So with this stanza, the poet is saying the beauty stays forever. It never fades away. It increases with the passing time. The perception of the poet regarding beauty is it never goes off with the passing time. Rather, it beautifies more and more. For the poet, beauty is like a beautiful shady tree under whose shade all the creatures can sleep peacefully and enjoy good health. In another lines, the poet is saying, therefore, on every morrow are we wrapping a flowery band to bind us to this earth, spite of despondence of the inhuman dearth of noble natures of the gloomy days, of all the unhealthy and over darkened ways made for our searching. Yes, in spite of all, some shape of beauty moves away the pall. The poet says here that every day it is the beauty which fills us with the spirit to live. It is the beauty which wills the desire in us to live, though there are sad moments and cruel people around us. So, here the poet wants to say that without beauty, the earth will be full of cruel people, sad and gloomy moments. It is the beauty which is created by God which helps us to remove the sadness from our hearts. It is because of only the beautiful things. And here in the another lines, poet is saying, trees old and young sprouting a shady boon for simple sheep, such are daffodils with the green world they live in, and clear rills that for themselves a cooling covered make against the hot season the mid forest break. So here, dear student, poet is saying, here the poet describes the beautiful things which are present on earth. These are the sun, moon, trees, flowers, here as mentioned daffodils, and the rivers. Poet says that all these things are like a blessing bestowed on all the creatures by earth. He further describes that the tree provides us with their shade, flowers with their beauty, and rivers with their coolness during the hot summers. All of us, these are the beauties of nature which are like a boon for us. So here with another line in the next stanza, poet is saying that rich with a sprinkling of fair musk rose blooms, and such too is the grandeur of the dooms we have imagined for the mighty dead, and all lovely tales that we have heard or read, an endless fountain of immortal drink pouring unto us from the heavens brink. Grandeur, high rank और socially important people के लिए यहाँ पर dear student refer किया गया है. So let us discuss about the explanation. The poet further carries on with the description of the more beautiful things present on the earth, such as the beautiful musk roses, which have such a nice fragrance. Then he describes the tales of the mighty warriors who laid their lives for their countries or the humanity. He says that these beautiful things are the gifts from God for all of us. They are like a nectar given by God to us, and these are those beauties which are immortal and give us a reason to live on this earth despite having so many sorrows in our life. And here, dear student, we can say that in this poem there is a rhymic scheme. You can look here also, like forever, never, keep, sleep, breathing, breathing. Here, so on the basis of this, we can say the rhymic scheme is A A B B C C D E D D E E F F G G. It will be continue in this sense. Here we have already discussed some of the literary devices like metaphor, imagery, alliteration, inversion. So all these things are so important for your exam. I hope you got this poem, and if you have any query in your mind, so you can message me personally. Thank you. Have a nice